Bluepen49. Let's do it.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. My name is Void, and this is most likely going to be the highest level of Donkey Kong Country 3 race that you've ever seen on Games Done Quick. This is going to be really awesome. I hope you guys are excited for this one. We have Bluepen, Laugh, and Shaaf. They're all very talented, very good at the game. And yeah, we should get this one started. So hopefully all the runners are ready to go. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. The first things first, what you want to do is skip Wrinkly. The game essentially forces you to go into the Wrinkly safe cave at the start of the run, but you can just simply hold left and B and get out of there without having to go through the mandatory saving cutscene. So onto the first world. So real quick about the early game of Donkey Kong Country 3, you have warp barrels scattered across the first 2 worlds, and these are the fastest intended way of clearing the stages of the early game, and all 3 runners actually went for a strategy. We call it the 2-1 jump at the start of the first level. More 2-1 jumps will be involved later on. I'll be pointing them out at that time, but you can essentially classify them as double frame perfect tricks for all intents and purposes. But yeah, there will be a lot of warp barreling around for the start of the game, so I think you guys have time for 1 or 2 quick donations as a result.
Certainly. Wubsparse sends in $25 with a water check. Make sure you all stay hydrated, and let's go beans. And Dr. Abyss donates $50 and says, here's my last donation of the day. That Cuphead run was so wonderful, but it's time to stop monkeying around or you might slip on a banana peel in Donkey Kong Country 3. And then you might say, oh, banana. Putting this towards the Spider-Verse costume in Miles Morales. Thank you both.
Something worth noting that happened in the last level, that was pretty much the intended way of seeing Kiddy Kong's water bounce mechanic. We're also going to see that a little later, but yeah, just about to get to the first boss of the run, Belcha, and ideally, what you want to do with Belcha is do a 2-cycle. We're going to be putting the beetles that Belcha spit into his mouth, and he's going to give us some nice and clean burps. Little team throw strat right there to save a little bit of time, and gonna make sure here at the end of the fight to not actually collect the DK coin on the same frame as you land on Belcha, otherwise you can soft lock your game, and you do not want that to happen on marathon runs, that's for sure. Alright, so coming up in this stage, we actually have a vertical zip we're going to be seeing. This one saves about 4 seconds. And the way it works is you want to have your team throw interrupted by bouncing on an enemy. And what this does after that is it gives you control of both Kongs, at which point what you want to do is push one of them off screen, and for whatever reason afterwards magic happens and you You can end up saving a bunch of time in different locations in the game. This one saves a little bit, pretty useful, especially considering how tight and precise the early game can be. There's really not like a lot of room for improvement or error. The game is really going to be picking up as soon as we finish this world, and the problem with this is obviously going to be the boss. The boss of World 2, Eric, is going to be pretty tricky, but these runners are so good, I do not expect them to have any problem with them. Yeah, more team throwing around. Get into the warp barrels. Yeah, there you go, Eric the Spider. Very clean first hit from Shaaf. So when you hit Eric from above, actually, it is, I want to say like pixel perfect, but it might not be quite accurate. In any case, it is extremely precise. So it saves a little bit of time to be able to hit Eric from above, and it's not intended whatsoever. Yeah, very nice fight for all the runners. And now we're on to World 3. And like I said, World 3 is really where the run is going to be picking up. No more warp barrels and a lot more dangerous areas and strats that are going to be performed by the runners. And also worth mentioning, a lot of the levels in DKC3 have unique and interesting gimmicks to them. So for this level, Fireball Frenzy, this is the only level in the game that you will see these carbine enemies shooting what I can only presume to be cheese balls from the background. Very clean vertical rope climbing right there by both Shaaf and Laff. And a nice B jump from both runners. Very good. Bluepen just a little bit behind, coming up on the said B jump. Gets it as well. For the ending here, we're going to be taking a damage boost. Save a little bit of time. There you go. The damage boost serves two functions. First one, obviously, to save time, but the second one is ideally what you want to do is keep both of your Kongs until the very end of this world. The reason being, there are some areas and functions in this game that are faster to execute with only one Kong. Laff opting out of that strategy. He's gonna grab the safety Kong. But both Bluepen and Shaaf gonna be rocking Dixie solo. And they will be maintaining solo Dixie until the end of World 5. Not World 5, sorry, World 3. Logi Labyrinth being the level in question. So for this level, some very minor optimizations that are done by all three runners. You want to either jump onto those pits or dismount those railings to save a little bit of time, which adds up throughout the course of this auto-scroller. This is the unfortunate part of the early game of DKC3. You have a lot of Warp Barrels at the start of the run, followed by a very tough level in Fireball Frenzy, followed by back-to-back auto-scrollers. So Ripsaw Rage, that you are going to be seeing on the screen right now, is about a minute and a half of just watching the saw rise slowly.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's one of the more controversial levels in the game for a number of reasons, but if we've got time for donations...
You absolutely have time for donations. I was just about to point that out. So.
It's my pleasure. Merck's War donates $200 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, saying, "I've been watching since it was a small room with maybe 50 seats and a couch, and to see how you all have grown is amazing. Normally I can't afford a big donation, but I've had a good holiday season, and there's no better place to spend some Christmas cash than get in on all these awesome prizes and a great cause. Love you all, Merck's." And $25 from Laugh's brother Ryan, who says, "Growing up, we played Donkey Kong Country at our grandparents' house when we stayed the night. It's always been our favorite, and it is one of my most cherished memories. I still remember breaking out the old Super Nintendo and getting hyped to be Player 2. 20-some years later, and my brother is a top 3 runner in the world and is here at GDQ showing off his epic gamer skills for the whole world to see. Laugh, everyone watching back home couldn't be happier for you. Go quickly now and defeat the mysterious chaos. Love, your incredibly proud little bro."
You've got time for a few more.
Okay. Taco My Salad then sends in $10 to us and says, "Donating to make sure that the airship percent run isn't a lie." And $20 from Dax Ossigator, who says, "Someone earlier mentioned cheetahs being the best animal. I would like to respectfully disagree and say they are second to the true best animal, alligators. Good luck, runners, and let's beat cancer." We've got something really roiling beneath the surface. I'm surprised no one has said that apes or monkeys or, Kitty and Dixie in particular are the best animals, but maybe that's still coming.
Yeah, it's all subjective, But yeah, so here we are. We're done with the auto-scroller, and now we're entering Blazing Bazookas. And this is the main reason why you want to be solo Kong. Every time you enter a barrel that automatically shoots you out, it is actually slower to have both Kongs versus being solo Kong. You can lose like upwards of a second per barrel if you have both Kongs. So yeah, Laugh gonna be losing a bit of time compared to both Bluepen and Shaaf, but he has the upside of being much safer in his execution. Because you do not want to die in this level. This is one of the levels where the halfway barrel is actually out of the way, so... And it is a pretty long level, pretty long and pretty tough level. This is where they're both gonna actually regain their extra Kongs. So Logi Labyrinth is a pretty excruciating level. This is one of the levels where if you make a mistake, it's actually gonna cost you 3 times the amount of time that you're gonna lose in another level because everything is slowed down, low gravity. Right there, what you just saw on both Laugh and Shaaf's screens is a Just Defend that we call. Bluepen just also performed it very nice. You can actually trick the Crimp into taking damage from behind by pressing the opposite direction that you're moving in as you're about to roll through it. It's a neat way to gain speed in a level that lacks a lot of... Ooh, Bluepen taking an unfortunate death. Commentator's curse, by the way. He's going to be making his way back shortly. Both Laugh and Shaaf got the B-squeeze at the end of the level. Got a little bit more to navigate. But at the end, they're going to go for a damage boost right there to set up their Kong order and also to just clear this final section of the level safely. because they're about to perform arguably the hardest technique in this entire run. We call it Task Chaos, and it essentially involves this double frame perfect trick that I mentioned at the start of the run. They have to do it 4 times. There's one from Shaaf. There's another one. There's a third one. I've just got one right there. And another one. They're doing very good. Doing very good right now in this fight. You want to do it 4 times, and then you have to sit through this cycle that Shaaf is currently watching. And then you can go for a damage boost right there. Again, the height required for the 6th and final hit. Very nice fight from Shaaf. Let's see how Bluepen performs on Task Chaos. Got the first one. Got a backup for the second one. Very nice. Ooh, takes damage, unfortunately. So this is a killer, unfortunately losing a Kong early in the fight. You pretty much have to do the fight the intended way, which is unfortunate. But that's okay, because the Great Equalizer is coming later in this run as Shaaf and Laugh are moving onto World 4, Cotton Top Cove, and Boss's Blockade is the first water stage in the run. It's actually a pretty nice one, and also like interestingly enough, at least in my personal opinion, a fun one to optimize. So the corners in the level are not what they seem, but you do want to swim in such a way that you want to cut them as closely as possible without bonking, and by doing so you can end up saving a lot more time than it seems. Raising the end right there. Doing a Kong swap to fix the order for the next stage. A lot of what makes this level interesting is not only the corner cutting, but also making sure that you can bypass the bosses in their respective cycles. So now Rocket Barrel Ride. Not too much to say about this stage. There are a couple damage boosts, but overall this level is pretty easy. There are a couple tricky spots, but overall not too bad, since there is a lot of just entering the barrel and waiting for the barrel to rise and then shoot you out of. There's going to be another damage boost come in on Shaaf's screen. Pretty much save a couple barrel shots and save some B cycles. Damage boosts are a very important part of the Donkey Kong Country 3 speedrun. They do save a lot of time over the course of the run. Another damage boost right there. This one also serving 2 functions. Firstly, obviously, to help with the barrel and B cycles and make them faster. And secondly, it is to reduce the lag in this stage, Creeping Clasps. If you do have both Kongs in this stage, it will create a pretty insane amount of lag. Lag that will lose you time. Like, even just grabbing the halfway barrel that Shaaf did loses time and lag. Grabbing the barrel as I can only assume a safety. luring the fish properly so that it does not damage you. And yeah, Laugh right there at the end. Barely too late to jump out of the water, takes damage, but since he had an extra Kong, he's able to make it out of there safely and onto the next stage. You'll have to take a small detour right there to grab an extra Kong, because you do want to have Dixie in this stage and also for some damage boosts later on. Right there, a damage boost from Laugh. Fixes Kong order. And now back on track. Yeah, the gimmick of the stage, obviously those barrels, horizontal moving barrels that track your position. D-boost right there on Shaaf's screen, followed by grabbing a Kong and another D-boost. And we're out of here. Bluepen slowly but surely making his way back. Starting the stage as Laugh and Shaaf are going into Fish Food Frenzy. So, speaking of gimmicks, this stage has one of the most obnoxious gimmicks in the entire run. This fish likes to eat fish, and he does not like to eat clams. If he eats clams, he's gonna get really angry at you. And also, he needs to eat fish at certain intervals. If you spend too long without feeding your fish, he's gonna get angry at you as well. So a lot of the movement in this level is about making sure that the fish eats what he needs to eat and does not eat the clams and damage you in a wrong spot. The thing also with the fish is that sometimes he likes to bounce. He just likes to leave the screen for whatever reason. So that's why you really want to have consistent movement throughout and make sure that he does not do something that you do not want him to do. Laugh first to leave the stage. And now we're on to Jar Jar Binks, the boss of World 4. You're actually fighting this boss as Ellie the Elephant. You want to spit water into his eyeballs whenever he reveals them after he's done doing his water gun spinning attack. The tighter the water gun hits from Ellie, the more time you save, obviously. Laugh is doing a really particular strat. Shaaf is doing it as well, where they want to position themselves really far to the left so that they can really optimize the damage dealt to Squirt. All right. Bluepen about a minute behind both Laugh and Shaaf, but a lot of time to be made later in the run. So now we have both skis. We unlock World 5, so that's where we're gonna go. Turbo ski allows us to climb waterfalls. Very peculiar thing about DKC3 compared to DKC1 and DKC2. The overworld movement is actually relevant and needs to be practiced. And now Crevice Creepers. This level is extremely dangerous. You see those horizontal ropes again. Dixie climbs them quicker. So for as much as possible, the runners are going to be using Dixie throughout the stage. This is another level that is faster to do with only one Kong, but considering how difficult and dangerous this level is, I do not blame them for a second for grabbing a safety Kong and making their way through. All right, very nice. Oh, like I was saying, very dangerous stage. Fortunately, the death Bluepen just took was right at the start of 5-1, so he's not going to lose too much time from that. But yeah, still going for the solo route through the stage. And on the Laugh and Shaaf screens, another auto-scroller, Tearaway Toboggan. The way to optimize the stage is you want to jump on some bees, you want to jump up and down the slopes to really maintain your momentum and really maximize the speed at which the sled travels for as much as possible. You actually have time to sneak in a quick donation if you want.
Definitely. Svider sends in $10 and says, "We've come here to throw barrels, watch speedruns, and fight cancer. And we're all out of barrels." Thank you very much. And Glenn with $50, she says, "Good luck to the racers. Very excited for this race. All three runners are incredibly skilled and dedicated, and I know it'll be a great show. As a friend of Laughs, it has been incredibly inspiring to watch him improve at the game in what feels like so little time. So once again, good luck, and remember to skip your snowman."
Which is coming up, by the way. Do not miss that. All right, barrel drop bounce. This level is actually pretty obnoxious. The hitboxes from those barrels falling down the waterfalls are not what they seem, but there are a lot of cool skips throughout this level that make use of the team throwing mechanic. This one coming up, very important. Saves about 20 seconds. I'm gonna team throw up the barrel. Land on the one above it, and then team throw up the ledge, as you saw on Shaaf's screen. Having some issues with the skip, but made it out there safely. Laugh cruising, and he's now in Crackshot Croc. The gimmick of the stage, you are Squitter the Spider. I hope there are Squitter fans in the chat room. Big fan of Squitter the Spider. This level pretty tough. They're gonna go for a very precise and technical route that involves a mechanic recently discovered in this game that makes it so that you can chain together those web platforms that Squitter creates. You can chain them very quickly. Normally, there is a cooldown that you have to wait before being able to shoot those platforms again. But by using this very special mechanic, they can actually just zoom through the stage. But this is a very dangerous level because obviously you commit to this technique, and if you mess it up, it can really kill you if you mess it up in a bad spot. Also, as you can see, these giant vats, they do not have collision in between them, so you can actually use that to your advantage and land there. And now for Lemguin Lunge, very Very tricky level. The Lemguins arguably have one of the worst hitboxes in this entire game, and you do take advantage of them in ways to gain a lot of speed, as you can see. As long as they're airborne, for the most part, you can roll through them. And this is precisely what they are going to do. Bluepen coming up on the ending of Crackshot Croc. Ooh, okay. Good save from him. Alright, so Bleak skipped now. So this is our man. This is the great equalizer. There is a frame perfect audio only trick that you have to execute here. You want to press the pause button on the same frame as the game would kick you out of the fight. And Shaaf gets it first try. Very nice. That's very good from him. Laugh is on currently his third attempt. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to have Bleak damage you. And then as the fight kicks you out, you want to press start. And if you do it correctly, you can just skip the entire fight. And if you get it first try, it will save you a whole minute over doing the fight normally. If you can get it fourth try, which is what Laugh is currently attempting, and he gets it, very nice, you do break even with just doing Bleak normally. Now Bluepen is coming up on Bleak himself. Unfortunately, does not get it first try. Laugh and Shaaf are currently doing one of my favorite stages in the entire run, Buzzer Barrage. The collision of those walls and bees are actually not really lined up, so you can use that to your advantage and do some skips and also maneuver your parrot very nicely while doing so. There is a skip that Laugh is about to attempt in a little bit, where he's going to damage boost and go through this horseshoe-shaped section right here coming up. Get his Kong back so that he can perform yet another damage boost right here. Him through this section, damage boost again, get this hidden DK barrel to once again get to the end with the right Kong in front. And Bluepen finally got Bleak skip, and now is going to be making his way into 6-1. Bluepen tried to actually perform another pretty recently discovered technique called the barrel jump, where you basically want to grab your barrel, you want to jump and drop it at the same time, and after that you have one frame to do another jump and get extra height with it, and it will save you a little bit of time over breaking the barrel and having the team throw, which is what I think both Laugh and Shaaf did. And now they're actually on the longest but also final auto-scroller of this run, Confused Cliffs. And for this level, we actually call this level Burn Your Rope, and we like to give what we call the Burn Your Rope update when we are in this stage. So I'm gonna actually give you guys a Burn Your Rope update and ask you if you guys are enjoying this race and also enjoying games done quick so far. And I hope the answer is yes. And also, if the answer is yes, then please enjoy more donations from ateatree.
Hey, I've been enjoying everything else about this run. Thank you very much, Void. And yeah, it'd be my pleasure. So we have our best animal conversation going on, getting a little bit heated. John sends in $5 and suggests no disrespect to cheetahs, but they're doomed to never receive the accolade of best animal, because cheetahs never prosper. The Sound Defense chimes in again with $25, suggesting that the best animal is the polar bear. And Donkey Kong December donates $500. I don't think they're talking about the best animal, but their donation simply says, Donkey Kong December, Donkey Kong December, Donkey Kong December. Should we tell them that it's January? I feel like we shouldn't. Thank you very much. Pixelos donates $1,000 and says, I've never had the money to spare at previous events, but now I'm finally able to donate a big sum. Though cancer never affected me, it might in the future, and I wouldn't know it now. PCF is a great cause to donate to because not everyone can be as lucky as I am. Thank you to all the runners and helpers at AGDQ that make it possible. Greetings from Germany. Geo donates $10 to Prevent Cancer Foundation and says, can't believe when this started, I was starting high school and now I'm about to get my master's. Time flies. This event is always amazing. Keep up the great work. And Breezeby with a $10 donation with the comment, always love to see DKC at GDQ. Good luck runners, good luck commentary, and good luck chat on raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Thank you to everyone. Is it time for a Burn Your Rope update?
The Burn Your Rope update has been successful. Thank you very much for the donations. And now we are entering Floodlit Fish on last screen. This level actually doesn't seem like much. For a lot of people, all it seems is you just smash the Y button and launch with Ongar. Ongar is actually overpowered in this game. He virtually takes damage from nothing except from the clams on some parts of their animation when he's in his lunging animation. So it doesn't look like much, but this level is actually pretty tricky to optimize, and there is a significant amount of time that can be saved by just cutting corners properly, doing some movement that not necessarily all the other runners of this game might be doing, which these runners obviously are pros at. But they know what they're doing regarding the stage. Shaaf currently on Pothole Panic, another pretty fun stage to execute. The gimmick of the stage would be to use all of the animal buddies in the run, all 4 of them. The thing is you end up skipping both Ellie and Squitter because they are not required for the 90% run, and also they are pretty slow. But Shaaf is going to be doing a pretty nice water bounce maneuver here to get into this barrel quicker. Me talking about the water bounce from earlier this run finally paid off. And now another 2-1 jump spot. This one saves about 10 seconds if you do it first try. Second try for Shaaf. Unfortunately, I jinxed the first try, but still very good. Now this is another stage with those horizontal ropes that Dixie is just so good at maneuvering. And Shaaf getting through the stage with solo Dixie, gonna be entering Barbos. Very nice second try from Laugh as well, getting the damage boost properly. Grabs the Kong for safety. And this fight is actually super sick. So this first phase has some RNG to it, but you can actually go for some really tight and fast hit depending on the RNG that you get. Shaaf didn't really get the best RNG on this first phase of Barbos, but was able to make it work. And right here, you can actually trick the missiles into hitting those clams quicker that are guarding Barbos' sides. Then 3 quick hits on this blind spot where you do not take damage, and there you go. So a very nice first phase right there, actually, on left screen. Now he's gonna go for the second phase. There's actually no collision inside Barbos. This is a actual sprite, so you can easily take advantage of that on phase 2. Bluepen coming up on the 2-1 jump. Let's see if he gets it first try. And he does. Nicely done. And now it's time for World 7. The culmination of the gimmicks that I guess the devs did not want anywhere else in the game. So we have really some we have some of the most gimmicks in this world, let me tell you. This stage not too bad gimmick wise. Conveyor Rope Clash is actually a pretty nice stage to both execute and optimize. I'm gonna be doing a damage boost right there, going to skip through this final section. And now Creepy Caverns. Creepy Caverns is actually the biggest point of RNG in this entire run. So these phantom barrels are pattern based, and the RNG is pretty much locked as soon as you enter the stage, and all you have to do really is hope that you do not get screwed over by a bad pattern. So right there, the barrel that Shaaf just got in, it can really mess you up if you get the bad RNG. Laugh actually gonna be going right there for an alternative strat to really mitigate the bad RNG that you can potentially get. Another one of those vertical zips that was talked about in 2-1 earlier this run. Bluepen just entering World 7. Nicely done by Shaaf. Making it out of Creepy Caverns. And now this is the pièce de résistance. So Lightning Lookout. In terms of obnoxious gimmicks, this takes the cake. So you have this lightning, right? The lightning actually tracks your position in a very specific way that is not really easy to finesse around. So the runners really have to be careful and also like have really consistent movement in order to make sure to not get destroyed by the lightning. That was a really close hit by Shaaf, by the way. He was barely able to grab the barrel and make it through that middle section. He is safely right here. Another damage boost at the end. Nicely done. Laugh making his way across as well. Gonna be taking a D-boost there. So whenever you D-boost in Lightning Lookout, it actually resets the RNG, or not necessarily the RNG, but the position of the lightning, I should say. And you can actually sort of consistently route the stage through using that. And now onto Coin Dozer Clamor. The Coin Dozer hitboxes are actually... Let's just say that they're hitboxes, alright? You really want to land when the Coin Dozer is really, like, with his shield up, so that he does not knock you off. Otherwise, you can be in a world of trouble. some Just the Fans from Laugh. Bluepen currently making his way through Lightning Lookout. Worth noting that the first half of Lightning Lookout is even more dangerous on this route because you only have one Kong. Once you get to this part with the big booty birds, you can actually kind of, you know, drop a sigh of relief, because that is where the level actually not necessarily gets a little easier, but this is where the route gets normalized up until the halfway. And now we have Poisonous Pipeline on both Shaaf and Laugh's screens. Shaaf with only one Kong. Okay, that was really scary. Kitty's hitbox obviously a little larger than Dixie's, so yeah, navigating that part of the stage with only one Kong was very scary, very scary. The gimmick of this stage, the purple water makes it so that your left and right controls are reversed, so it can be pretty tough to navigate through the stage. But these gamers are pros, so they're making it. There you go, very nice. Now Shaaf is on the final boss. Laugh also just entering the final boss. Chaos is back, but not for long, because the true final boss turns out is K. Rool once again. He's back. Disguised as a mad scientist. And this fight has been super optimized over the last few years. This whole game really has been really optimized over the last years or so. A lot of really small time saves that add up throughout the course of the run. And this fight is really a big exhibit of really like the culmination of the work that has been put through by the runners of this game into finding new improvements and optimizations. So as you're about to see on Shaaf's screen right there, he's just going to grab this barrel and then turn around and then throw it facing right so that it connects with K. Rool sooner. And that saves maybe like a second, but it is so incredibly hard and difficult to pull off, especially in a marathon setting. So props to him. Very nicely done. Now right here, going to be performing Task K. Rool. Very nice. You want to grab the handle very precisely. About to happen on Laugh's screen, as Shaaf is about to end. He's on his final 3 hits. Time is coming up for him. It's the 3rd one, and time for Shaaf. Nice run to him. Laugh about to make it through the K. Rool fight as well. He's on his final 3 hits. Final 3 hits, definitely not a very big representation of how difficult the K. Rool fight is, but they can still easily go awry because K. Rool's fight. Time for Laugh. Nicely done by him. But yeah, as I was about to say, K. Rool's hitbox, not what it seems like, especially on the final phase. And now Bluepen on the K. Rool fight as well. On the K. Rool phase of the K. Rool fight, I should say. So yeah, right there, as you saw, Bluepen was able to grab the barrel facing left and throw it still facing left. And that makes it so that it connects with K. Rool a little bit sooner. And one of those very small optimizations that I've been mentioning earlier. Very nicely done. This is such a scary hit. Such a scary hit, and all three runners nailed it. Very, very good by them. Yeah, a jump right here. They grab the handle sooner and then use the barrel to damage K. Rool on the same cycle as you did spawn the barrel with. Last 3 hits for Bluepen. And time.
GG's. Nice run to everyone involved.
Yep, very nicely done by them. And like I said, these 3 are some of the best DKC3 runners across the entire world. And yeah, give them a follow. Like, massive props to them for displaying this run at such a high level at Awesome Games Done Quick. Very awesome job. If you do like if you did like this run, this race, if you enjoyed what you saw and you are thinking to yourself, wait a second, what if I were to do that or try this out by myself? What if I were to maybe pick up speedrunning DKC on my own? Well, friends, I have the perfect resource to link you towards. DKCSpeedruns.com has all of the resources that you might want or need in order to pick up the DKC trilogy on the Super Nintendo. And I hope to see you guys pick it up and run. I would love to have you as a runner of these games, these amazing Super Nintendo games. We could always use more runners, and the community is great. The runners are great. It's just a great time. Like, please join the community. We would love to have you there, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the marathon. Thank you for watching, and keep on rolling deep.
Absolutely, and thank you also to Void for the excellent, informative, and easy to understand commentary. Speaking of Void, I was hoping to have the opportunity to read this out while the race was going on, but we just had too much action in there. But it is one specifically for them. Nymesia donates $25 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation with greetings to Void from Quebec and good luck to the runners. Thank you very much, Nymesia. And Hofum Nyama, that is the name, I believe I read that right, with a $100 donation saying, ateatree is reading donations because I can't hear them because I am watching Snake on that ladder and singing Snake Eater as loud as I can. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying, and as I am, the amazing interstitial art from the very, very talented crew. So if you are enjoying that, we've got a few things to show you real quick, and we'll be right back for more of that, more of me, and then more speedruns. Be right back. Welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 Online, powered by Twitch. My name is ateatree, and I hope you are settled in, comfy, ready to watch more fantastic speedruns, because that's exactly what we've got for you. But first, some donations. Spriggs sends in $20 saying, lost a bet on who would win the Donkey Kong race, but at least it's a good excuse to donate again. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but when you donate to Prevent Cancer Foundation, everyone wins. Thank you. And Zombie Patches sends in $50 trying to settle the argument, saying the best animal is the gorilla. The gorilla wins. Now, if you're just joining us, or if you've been settled in, you're looking forward to what to watch for tomorrow, and you want to see the best moments from today, we've got something special for you. It is the daily recap with the GD crew, Spike, Hobbs, and Kizaron. Let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to the daily recap for Sunday at AGDQ 2023 Online. As we were just introduced, my name is Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by Kizaron and Spike Vegeta. Gentlemen, fantastic day so far, fantastic event so far. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, already over $100,000 raised. Absolutely stacked lineup. I was looking down day one. I was like, whoa, we need to hold back a little bit. Look at all these bangers throughout the week, though. And we just got called the GD crew by our lovely host. I love that. I'm keeping that forever. That was great.
See, I have a permanent butt mark on my chair right now because I have not moved this entire day. Because between the event, between the runs, and between all the interviews, and now I'm here with two fine folks to talk about these amazing games. What a good day.
You
what
heard
a good day
couch surfing. What about gaming chair surfing? All right. We want to show some of the, just standout moments for that we selected from Sunday here. That's what we do here on the Daily Recap. Note, there are always so many fantastic runs that we don't even get to showcase here because we are just a few humble people trying to make a few...
we had to eat at some point today.
We could not watch everything. But let's go ahead and just jump right in with Breath of the Wild because we have a fantastic clip here. Keys, you want to tell us about this one?
Yeah, so player 5, first off.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, what you want to do is we're going to use a bomb room pickup in order to smuggle here and get transition into a smuggle. Sorry, I had to bring...
You had to bring Bliss up. Anyone who missed the pre-show, the Hobbs is the resident Bliss expert. But player 5, fantastic runner, first off. These tricks are always mind-boggling to watch. And it's not even just the bomb jumps or Bliss or anything like that. Player 5 also completely owns bosses. Mm-hmm. Like, we have another clip here where he's like, hey, Calamity Ganon, I don't care. He stun locks. Yeah, just easy stun locks, easy win, easy game.
Unbelievable the way that he's able to make this happen. So, I mean, let's just take a look, like you're saying.
Yeah, so this is apparently like a kind of tricky setup to do. I've heard from ADEF, resident Breath of the Wild expert from the interview crew. But yeah, Calamity Ganon is just a piece of cake. You just got to stun lock. It's as easy as that, folks. Just stun lock all your bosses. I guarantee that it works half the time.
That's like the number one when you're getting into speedrun and you got a hard boss. You're like, is there a stun lock? Can we do something? Yeah, super cool seeing this little twirl strat right there to make sure you can just get through the entire last phase of Calamity Ganon. That's great.
Takes them all the way down. It is incredible and a very difficult strat to do. But there was more than just Breath of the Wild today. Spike, I know you are a big fan of the old animation and the hard, difficult bosses of Cuphead. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's talk a little bit about the Cuphead run that Jason2890, awesome member of just the speedrun community in general. And we got to see 300% today, which is so many percentages thrown on. Got to fight basically every single boss of the game, did all of the side content. You're seeing a clip right here from the DLC, actually, one of the various bosses that I was like, well, I guess I'll get spoiled on tonight. And the cool thing is you drop down into the second phase of the boss, and they're not supposed to be able to do this. They are just like Sonic the Hedgehog if Sonic could fly. So now we're not playing like Sonic 06 or something, and you just stay in this infinite roll over over and over and over again, staying inside the hitbox of the boss and dumping all sorts of DPS into it. It's so cool. Among all the other awesome boss strategies and hilariously awful puns that were going on throughout that run. Make sure you go check it out.
I know, that is incredible. I had not seen that. Sometimes we kind of try to hide the clips from each other here so that way we can be genuinely surprised. I was not expecting that. Absolutely blown away. Well, if you know me, you know I got to call out the Crash Bandicoot runs.
Oh, yeah.
My good buddy Merc has had an incredible run of Crash Bandicoot 3 on the HD collection. So we're going to show one of the very first things, like pretty much the first thing he does in the entire run, which is this incredible clip here in Under Pressure. He actually has to kind of just do this weird little, almost like seam clip where just two pieces of geometry meet together and you do these weird animations with Crash, and then you can just pop out of bounds.
Oh my goodness.
The camera does not follow you initially, so he's having to do movement without being able to see where he's going. And then finally, the camera catches up a little bit, but just a little. He just gets to catch up here and there. And then he has to navigate back inbounds, collect the crystal for the level, because getting to the end portal is not enough in this game. You have to actually collect the crystal. There it is. And then has to go back to the exit as well. And he did such a fantastic job with that one. I was stunned with how quickly he was able to do it, because that is a run ender for sure.
I didn't even realize that they were out of bounds in Crash.
Oh, that game, it seems like every year they find some new out of bounds or something. It's wild.
Yeah, extremely new trick. But talking about not extremely new games, but with new tech found all the time, Keys, what you got?
Oh, so Symphony of the Night, greatest Castlevania. Don't at me. But we have done it before, Hobbs, and we did not do nearly as well as DB did here. DB trivializes the doppelganger boss. I remember, I think we both died when we played it before.
Probably.
And DB's just like, hey, so I can stop time. So look, it's me. And he's just going to do 3 quick hits. And all of a sudden the boss is just gone. Like, here goes. 1, 2, 3. Done.
What? Okay, it's just gone. Just gone.
He doesn't care about that. But you know what? I'm such a fanboy for Soten that I'm actually going to talk about a second clip with Symphony of the Night. And
we're just letting you pick 2 for everything today, apparently.
Well,
I guess.
Keys is the old double dipper.
It's the workhorse Keys of the day, I guess. But,
all right, go with it. Let's go with this next one.
Yeah, so actually, the clip in general is just really funny because the host, Cartridge Blowers, was actually trying to read a donation. And, Dragon Bliss is just, it's another day in the office. He's doing some movement. And then towards the end here, I believe it's coming up in about 1 or 2 screen transitions. He actually ends up right here. He gets a frame perfect out of bounds clip.
This. Yeah.
And he didn't even think about talking about it because he didn't think he was going to get it in the run. And as he's being asked, do we have time for more donations? He's like, whoop. There I am. Out of bounds. DB's a gamer.
Just clip through the ground. Yeah, that was super incredible. I remember catching that one too, where he was like, yeah, I wasn't even going to talk about it, but Dragon Blitz is great. You should check that out. Well, if you did catch the pre-show, you do know that we're big fans of the Bjorderlands out here.
Bjorderlands.
Big fan of the Bjorderlands.
Out past the Bjorderlands. Yeah, we're sad ADEF isn't here to give us the proper rendition, but we had to call out this great clip. I'm not going to lie. I hadn't even gotten a chance to catch the run. Sometimes you don't always get to, but I had people telling me about this one for sure. So we are going to watch ZZ Rules 21 here take out a boss. And I'm just going to kind of let this clip speak for itself. Here's your boss. And there it goes. It's so good. I know. This is what I love.
He knows what he did.
This is what I really love is you get to see the smile from ZZ there the whole time. I'm going to let it loop and play again because like I love that about speedrunning when you could have done how many hundreds of times that you've probably done this, right? And yet you could still get that big old smile, still be happy to show this to a brand new audience. Love that every time.
That is absolutely fantastic. I'm glad you said it was a boss. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we've got one more clip here. We want to give a quick shout out to one of the earlier sections of that awesome Donkey Kong Country 3 race that we just saw between Shaaf, Laugh, and Bluepen. I wanted the last name to rhyme as well. But here you've got coming up on Chaos, one of the various bosses of this game. And the way I titled this clip was, this is a triple-double frame-perfect trick. What's going on right
What does that mean? Where
You
are we
have
looking
to
at?
do-
We look at top left here.
So yeah, look top left or top right. Each of these little where they throw Dixie Kong up in the air and then you recatch her and do the little bop on the head. That is dealing damage to the boss. That is a double frame perfect trick each time they do it to basically skip over the long waiting out the attack animation standard part of the fight. So this is double frame perfect. There's one. Oh, let's go for another one. Double frame perfect. Gonna nail it again right here coming up. This is like 70 frames of perfectness going on your screen right now here on day freaking 1 of AGDQ 2023 online. This was just one of many amazing platforming and boss fighting moments from this DKC3 race.
I think, unfortunately, we might have run into a little bit of a technical hiccup, but that's okay. Everybody, it's just encouraging you to go catch.
Please go watch it.
Just go watch that race. Hopefully, you got to see it. And if you did, you know what we're talking about. Brilliant. Just brilliant gameplay from everybody around. And like we said, go watch the runs. There were so many other fantastic. We had Splatoon 3 happening. We had Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So please check out the runs in the VOD. And speaking of runs, we got a whole bunch of them happening tomorrow as well. So
I hope so.
Why don't we get some highlights for tomorrow? Keys, what do you got?
Well, okay, so I love the Turtles, man.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with it. We played it with a bunch of friends. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. You know this is going to be a good run because of the category name, and I had to write it down. Co-op 2v2. Any percent arcade chill race. You know it's going to be a chill time. So, you know, whatever time of day it is for you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, get your food, plop yourself in front of the monitor, have fun with that. And also, did you all know that I really like airboats?
Ooh.
Watch Portal. Watch Portal tomorrow. Do you like to think with portals? You don't need to think with portals. Use an airboat. Trust me. It's probably going to be one of the greatest watches of the week.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I want to give quick shout outs to SSX 2000 coming up later tonight. You can absolutely tune into that one. And Skate, kind of our like off Tony Hawk extreme sports games going on. Got a chance to talk with both of the runners, and they are just so unbelievably excited to show their games off to all of you out there. So please tune in, give them a shout because they seem really excited. And of course, got to give big shout outs to my boy Pestless running Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales tomorrow as well. That is a game with a lot of super fun movement tech in it.
God, this is such a good Monday slate of games that I'm going to actually bring you all to the early morning crew because that's how stacked the lineup is. If you're on the East Coast, wake up at 5 a.m. Go to bed soonish. I don't know. Lose your sleep schedule because you need to watch Cyberhook. That run will absolutely melt your brain right out of there. It's going to be great. And followed up after that, 2 awesome run and gun games with lots of cool movement and combat optimization in Gungrave and Armored Core Project Phantasma. Make sure you check it all out, folks.
Oh, there's too much to watch and too little time. And with that, our time here has ended for the evening. We hope you enjoyed the daily recap for Sunday. We will be back Monday with maybe a different cast of characters. And until then, keep watching AGDQ 2023 online. And don't forget to donate. GamesDoneQuick.com/donate. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, if you're looking for another tale from the Borderlands, I think I know one. This begins as many tales... but no, it's a tale for another time. On a more productive note, if you do have problems with your gaming chair, I recommend a baking powder mix with a light scrub. It worked pretty well for me. You might have to clean up a little bit afterwards, though. But yeah, I hope you are comfy in your chair wherever the sound of my voice finds you for more awesome games done quick 2023 online. We are just about getting ready for a run where, well, you know, you might think you're pretty good, but are you perfect? Can you finish an entire game without ever being seen? With no kills? Are you that perfect? Because we've got Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, Perfect Stealth, No Kills coming up from Joseph Joestar. I am looking forward to that so much. But before that, we have more donations, more generosity to appreciate as we have crossed the $125,000 mark. Thanks to amazing donors like Pidgey, who sends in $50 and says, I've met several of my closest friends through a mutual love of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Can't wait to see it played tonight. And Daydreamer with $25 who simply says, best wishes, less than 3. 100% reciprocated. Thank you, Daydreamer. Terrafecta sends in $250 and says, I hope everyone has a great day. Alrighty, I'm getting the